your ENC Edumator channel. Last time we had elaborately discussed the poem If by Joseph Rudyard Kipling. And we have completed successfully the entire poem. Now we will pass on to literary devices in the poem If. While we go through the whole poem of If, Kipling makes use of several literary devices. Literary devices means poetic techniques. Literary devices. Literary devices means techniques applied by the poet, that is poetic techniques. Poetic techniques used by the poet to make the poem very communicative and interesting and appealing to the readers. And let us see some of the literary devices or poetic techniques used is metaphor is there, repetition of a certain group of words or phrases, enchantment. So these are like that many, for example, hyperbole, personification. All these are used by the poet to make the poem very effective and communicative and appealing to the readers. So there is another device called caesura. This is a formal device that occurs when the poet inserts a pause. Pause means stop into the middle of a line. So this might be done with the punctuation or with the meter. For example, lines 1 and 2 of the second stanza. Look at lines 1 and 2 of the second stanza. 1, 2, second stanza. 1 and 2 of a line, second stanza is mainly talking about. Punctuations or with line 1 and 2 of the second stanza, which read, if you can dream and not make dreams your master. If you can dream. So I am just talking about the lines 1 and 2 of the second stanza, which read, if you can dream, there is a pause, hyphen, and not make dreams your master. There is a pause, a hyphen pause is there. If you can think, pause is there, hyphen, not make thoughts your aim. So that is an example of caesura in which we have come across. Okay. Just glancing at the poem, the reader is immediately hit with the word if. You see, throughout the poem we can see the word if. Not only is it the title of the poem, remember, the title of the poem is also if. And when we read all the lines of the poem, or most of the lines have if, not only is it the title of the poem, but through his use of repetition of if, Kipling emphasizes the word throughout the entirety of his work. Entirety means the wholeness of his work. This makes the poem move further, and the reader is working his or her way through the poem in order to get to the effect of what will happen if he or she is able to accomplish all that is contained in the poem. Kipling does not disappoint the reader, discovers what will happen in the final 2 lines of the work. That is one. So, the repetition of if is used over there. Then enchantment, that is another one. Enchantment. So repetition of if. The previous point is repetition of if. Repetition of if, enchantment. So enchantment is yet another interesting technique applied by the poet. One that occurs when the poet cuts off a line before the natural stopping. That is all. So by the way of the sentence, without having a natural stopping, the poet cuts off a line before the natural stopping point of a sentence or phrase. For example, the transition, the change from, or the move, shift between lines 2 and 3 of the second stanza. Lines 2 and 3 of the second stanza is also the better example. Okay, like that we can see so many hyperboles, personifications, inanimate objects, lifeless things are given life by the poet. For example, failure and success, 2 imposters. Okay, like that you go through. I will send to you valuable notes after these videos. Please try to grab those videos and have a better writing and understanding and be prepared confidently for the examination. Now, structure and form of. So, in the question paper, you may be asked to write a critical appreciation of the poem. Literary devices is one of the important things. And also structure and form of the poem. If like that, any poem you can write. Now we will go for the structure and form of the poem. So Rudyard Kipling separates his poem into 4 stanzas. Okay. Equal length. 4 stanzas of equal length. Each stanza contains 8 lines. So altogether there are 32 lines. Each stanza has a set rhyme scheme of A, B, A, B, C, D, C, D. A, B, A, B, C, D, C, D. A, B, A, B, C, D, C, D. But the first stanza, except for the first one. So, I will tell you that when the stanza A, B, C, D, C, D. With the exception of the first stanza, which has the following rhyme scheme of Try to understand the rhyme scheme of At 4A is there. A, B, C, B, C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lines. Except for the first one. All other stanzas, the first stanza is having the rhyme scheme of A, B, C, B, C. But all other third, second, third, and fourth stanzas are having the rhyme scheme of A, B, A, B, C, D, C, D. 8 lines. So how you will set these kind of rhyme scheme, that you have to look at the last verse of each line. Last verse of each line, with that you must determine the rhyme scheme with the same sound. I will give you one example how to, the first 2 stanzas I will give you as an example how to deal with the rhyme scheme. Let us look into the first and second stanza for rhyme scheme. So I give you the last words of the first stanza, which is having the rhyme scheme of A, B, C, B, C. So if you can keep your head when all about you, the last word of the first line is you. The second line's last word are losing theirs and blaming it on you, again you. So you, same sound, we give the first letter A and A. The last word of the third line, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, the last word of the third line is also you. Then the last word of the fourth line, but makes allowance for their doubting too. Then the last word of the fifth line, if you can wait and not be tired by waiting. Waiting is the last word. Another word, last word of the next line is, or being lied about, don't be in lies. Lies is the last word. And the next line's last word is, or being hated, don't give weight to hating. Hating is another word. And the last word of the 8th line is, and to don't look too good nor talk too wise. Now let us see the sounds. You, ooh, you, ooh, you, ooh, same sound. Two, ooh. So we give a ooh, you, ooh sound. So we give the same letter ye, you, ye, you, ye, you, ye, two, ye. Same sound, ooh, ooh, ooh. Now we go for another waiting, ing, waiting, another sound. So that is a separate, it's not oo sound, it is in sound. We give another letter B. Then lies. Lies is third sound, new sound. So we give another letter C. A, B, C. Then hating, ing, in, that is also B. We give B again. Then wise, lies, z sound, we give again C. So the first stanza is having the rhyme scheme of A, B, C, B, C. But this rhyme scheme is different from the second stanza. Let us see, master, first sound, we give a letter A. Aim, not but we give another, it is another sound, another letter B. Then disaster, that is the first one. So here we have given A. So disaster, again A. Same, aim, So we given the same letter B. Then spoken, in, not im, not ir. It is in. We give, that is a new sound. We give the letter C to it. Then fools, another sound. That is, so we give another letter B. So C, D. Then broken, in. Same, C sound again repeated. Then fools is another D sound is repeated. So the second stanza's rhyme scheme is A, B, C, D, C, D. This rhyme scheme, A, B, CD, CD. This is same for the other two stanzas. But three stanzas having the same rhyme scheme titled A, B, A, B, C, D, C, D, except for the first stanza that is having A, B, C, B, Z. And look at here, why you same, but two, how it will give two? We are not looking at the letters, but we are looking at the sound. Two, you, sound. That is what we are. And waiting lies busy, hating wise busy. That is what. So this is what here we are coming to know about the rhyming scheme pattern in terms of the poem is written in iambic pentameter, meter of the poem. Meter, iambic pentameter, iambic pentameter, pentameter. So what is the meter? The meter of the poem is iambic pentameter. Meter can be written as M-E-T-R-A or M-E-T-E-R also. So, iambic pentameter with the 5 feet. Lines are having 5 feet consisting of a stressed and then an unstressed syllable. Okay, stressed and unstressed, followed by or consisting of a stressed and then an unstressed syllable. The speaker of the poem presumably, Kipling keeps a positive, upbeat tone. Throughout, when we read the poem completely, we can see the writer is having, what is the tone of the poem? So, positive, tone of the poem is positive and an upbeat tone. That is very. So what is the tone of the poem? Tone of the poem is a positive and upbeat tone throughout the work. Informing the reader what he or she needs to do in order to be successful person or perfect personality or a happy personality in life. Kipling makes this a very personal poem by his use of the pronoun you, if you, very personal poem. He makes this poem very personal by his use of the pronoun you. In fact, one could even interpret that the poem is Kipling talking to himself or giving himself a pep talk. A pep talk. A pep talk. Pep talk means a talk which is giving encouragement or appreciation. Pep talk is a talk which is giving an encouragement to the listener. That is what we call it as pep talk. That you have understood the poem with its structure and form and poetic devices. So actually I have given or I just discussed these elements before your better understanding. Later you will get detailed note videos, PowerPoint note presentations will be sent to you. Try to grab such videos. So this discussion will help you to understand. If you have any doubt, you can send your comments in with suggestion box and I will be responding to you, or you can call me directly. And if you have benefited out of this channel, please try to be in touch with, share to your friends, like it and subscribe.